Now that you're back here, winning the Hall of Fame had to be the icing on the cake. How does it feel to be in the Hall of Fame?
You know, it was pretty neat, but as I was sitting there, me and my brother and my dad, I seen a couple of guys that made it to the Hall of Fame. You know, there was 12 of us, but there was a rider named Beauchamp, and that was a flat tracker, and then there was another rider, Tim Hennon, I think was his name, that was a road racer. And when I seen the stories on these two guys, I was just like, man, am I ready for this yet? Because those stories really, you know, listening to the story of Tim being told by his mechanic from back, 20-something years ago, you know, it brought tears to my eyes. So sometimes I wondered, hey, I'm still racing, and maybe I shouldn't be here. But it was something really neat, and I think anybody who's been through there appreciates it. But I still feel like I'm a kid racing, and it really hadn't set in yet, to tell you the truth.
So speaking of still racing, who are you riding for today?
Right now, I did a deal with Hattiesburg Cycles, and they're helping me out a great amount. And it's a big shop over there in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and it's owned by the Myatt family, and great people. So if y'all ever need anything, you know, look up the Myatts. And I got Tucker Rocky right now, who's helping me out with my gear and everything. And you know, I got MotocrossUniversity yourself that's helping me out. And right now, I got my schools. You know, Trampas Parker motocross schools, and right now everything's going good. And but I think the biggest motivation for me and the people that's helping me out the most are the little kids at the track, because every time I watch the kids out there having fun, it makes me just want to keep doing it.
So how much riding and training are you doing today?
Oh, let's say with a kid like Matt Bisceglia, I think they should be riding a lot. I have Matt on the bike. I think he's almost on every day. Myself, I haven't been on the bike for the past 3 months because of a broken leg, but I'm sure now before Lake Whitney, Oak Hill, I'll be on the bike probably about 5 days out of the week if my body can withstand it. But the kids I'm working with will be on it more than that.
So you're riding a few times a week then, or are you riding quite a bit?
Yeah, well, working with the kids and stuff, I'm out there, and a lot of times I show them things that just to make it easier for them. And so I'm on the bike probably about five times a week. I might not be out there riding much. Someday I might ride 15, 20 minutes. Someday I might stay out there and ride an hour. But I'm on the bike just about every day.
I know right now you've got your hands full with putting your school together and getting your track built. But what other hobbies do you have?
Well, I used to do a lot of snowboarding, and that's a hobby that's went away. I guess the biggest hobby I have right now is when I have some free time, I try to spend it with my girlfriend Leah and her and her daughter and my son, and we get to spend a little bit of time together. Another big hobby of mine is going and watching road race. It's something I thought I'd hate, but after my son got involved in it, I really love it, and I've met some great people in road racing.
What would the 19-year-old Trampas Parker think of the Trampas Parker today?
Oh, I think the 19-year-old Trampas Parker was a totally different person. I wasn't scared of anything. When I'd get to the track, if I'd see somebody there like David Bailey or Johnson or any of those guys, I was just so excited because I thought, man, I'm fixing to beat these guys today. And I was a guy that always believed in myself, and I wasn't scared to go out there and jump anything. If I had somebody tell me, you know, you can jump over that cliff, I would have tried it. Nowadays, I look at stuff and I say, I know that can be done, but I'll think about it a few times, and I'll send somebody out to try it, maybe like Nathan Whitlow or somebody, and let them do it first. So I'd say, you know, I lost a lot of that drive to be the first guy to do something crazy, and but at 40 years old, you know, you think about things you didn't when you was 19.
Yeah, we all do that. So let's take that a step further. That's who you were at 19. What would that Trampas Parker think of you today at 40?
Oh, well, let's just say, you know, the Trampas Parker at 19 would be thinking of the guy at 40 like, man, you old guy, just get the heck off the track and go on home. But back then you didn't have an over 40 class. You had an over 30 class, and we had guys like Mike Clements that back when he was in the over 30 class, he could still qualify for nationals. And now they've drugged the classes out. I get to ride the 40 class, you know, and it won't be long I'll get to ride the 45 class. And some places they have a 50 class, and so you know, I think the younger Trampas would think he's gotten old. Maybe it's time to quit. But I'm still having fun, just like the 19-year-old Trampas.
So who is Trampas Parker today?
Oh, a guy that's a lot laid back, a lot more than I used to be. I still enjoy racing. I hate watching kids complain. I hate watching kids come off the track and say they got beat because of the bike. One thing I really dislike is when I see kids talk to their parents like their parents are garbage, because they don't realize that without their parents they're nobody. And one thing my dad had always told me was, anytime you're at the track, if something happens to that bike, you push it off the track and you bring it back to the truck. Don't never let me see you throw something down. Don't never let me hear you talk to me or your mom like we're a dog, because we're the people that's putting the food on the table, and we're the people that's doing everything for you. And that's one thing that I can't stand to this day, is watching kids just, you know, treat their parents like garbage.
How do you feel about the sport today?
Well, I think the sport has grown in a way, especially on the pro level. That they've brought a lot of money and everything into it. But I think also that has been a big ruin for the sport, because you look at all the amateur races now. We've added in so many classes. At some of the big amateur nationals this year, we're going to have 46 classes, and you know, they're charging an ungodly amount of money to race these races, but you're getting 4 laps. Sometimes they're cutting it down to 3 laps because the day's not long enough. And you're even seeing the same thing at the local races. And they wonder why the kids don't have a chance of making it to the top level. And that's one of the biggest reasons is our local races. And, you know, for the money that the people are paying, they ought to get more out of it.
What do you think about kids here? What do you think about kids and the parents in motocross today?
I think I've seen some really good parents. I was fortunate enough to have those kind of parents, but I've seen a lot of parents right now that are pushing their kids towards stardom because they see the money that's being made. They think they're going to live the life of fame and fortune. And believe me, I've been on both sides of it. I've been, you know, from the very bottom to the top. And you know, money's nice. You need it to live with, but believe me, that's not what makes you happy. And don't push your kids into something just thinking about the money. Let them have fun. And if the kids are having fun, they'll go places.
There's so many people that play a key role in the sport today. Taking it back to the local level, what you're saying about the tracks, how do you feel about the track owners and how the sport is going?
Well, I'm against a lot of things that the track owners are doing. You know, the tracks that run every other weekend, I'm against that. I think the track owners ought to get together. They ought to say, okay, you'll have this weekend, another track have the next. Get 15 tracks together. Run once every 15 weeks. And that way the riders have to go to that track. They're going to make more money because they'll be spending a whole lot less money maintaining the track, and it's going to benefit everybody. And right now everybody's trying to run every other weekend, sometimes, you know, 3 weekends in a month, and it's just a waste of time and money, and it's spreading the riders out. And then they wonder why we don't have good talent coming up.